Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the press conference after the game MEX against New Zealand. We have Anthony HUDSON, the coach of New Zealand, on stage with us. Normal routine, questions are to be asked either in English, Russian or Spanish. And raise your hand and present yourself and ask them your question with a microphone. Anthony, congratulations for a very nice opening, in fact, of the game. Nice opening goal. Fortunately, couldn't finish, in fact, the game winning it. What's your first reaction after this game, this strong game?
Well, first of all, is deeply disappointed at the result. You know, we come away from the game and I felt it was an incredible performance from our team. I think first half we were the stronger team. And yeah, we come away from such a big game against such a big team in world football in comparison to ourselves. And we're in the change rooms after the game and everyone is incredibly disappointed and feel we should have got more from the game, which I would say is a good sign for a team like ours, but nevertheless, it doesn't change how we feel.
Okay, now we go for questions. Gentleman just over there, please present yourself.
Michael Burgess, New Zealand Herald. Anthony, what was your view of the... Oh, two things actually. First, what do you think was there a key moment in the second half where the game did turn? And what was your view of the incidents at the end of the match?
Okay, key moments in the second half. Without a shadow of a doubt, you know, second half, the first 10, 15 minutes, I felt in general we gave them a little bit too much time on the ball and a little bit too much space. With regard to your second question, look, I'm not really, I don't want to sit here and talk about the sort of negative things that were happening that were all, you know, these things are part of the game. I'd rather talk more about how my team performed tonight and really a performance that probably no one, I guarantee no one at this tournament expected, or all the media and all the people around talked about our team as having zero chance in this game. All the media. So I'd rather talk about how much of a big performance it was from every player, subs coming off the bench included. I'd rather talk about the fact that the first half we were the team, the most dominant team in the first half, without a shadow of a doubt. And then you know the things you're asking there, that you know the sort of the stuff with at the end is not really for me to comment.
Okay, next question, the gentleman with the hand raised.
Hello, Ricardo Zúñiga from the Associated Press. The first half, when in the play where Salcedo was injured, Osorio seemed to be very, very angry at your bench. Do you think it's fair the way he reacted to the play, continuing when Salcedo was kneeling on the area?
That last bit I didn't hear. Do you think it's fair?
The way he reacted at
Yes.
your bench, somehow implying that there was not fair play because his player was injured.
I thought it was bizarre, really. I mean, none of us... It was as if we elbowed the player, the way it was sort of going on. But look, we didn't. I didn't see it. We didn't see it at the time. And this is what the video is for, you know. So we are here. We've yet in this tournament we've yet to experience how that works for our team. But we trust that in that situation the video was used. And I think I had discussions with my assistant at the time, and the conversation between me and my assistant was, well, let's just wait for the video, see what happens, and the outcome is going to be black and white. So I didn't get involved too much really in what was going on. I was just waiting for the decision of the video.
Next question, gentleman just there.
Preguntarle Juan Martín Montes de Medio Tiempo. Entiendo que no quiere hablar tanto de este tema de los incidentes que hubo en el partido, pero lo sorprendió que que hubieran tantos episodios de este tipo, porque no solo fue lo que le reclamó el entrenador Osorio, sino también varios incidentes dentro de la cancha. ¿Le sorprendió que fuera tan ríspido este partido?
This only just started halfway through. I didn't hear that.
Okay.
Lo siento.
¿Puedes repetir la pregunta, por favor?
Please repeat your question.
Si le sorprendió que fuera tan ríspido el partido, porque no solo fue un incidente en las bancas, sino varios incidentes también adentro de la cancha.
I don't know why we've had two questions about an incident at the end of the pitch and the incident between the two benches. We've had two questions now about the benches. I don't understand. We've just played a game. Our team is ranked, very much lower than Mexico. And the fact that we're sat here and talk about the incidents you're talking about, I think probably is a sign of respect. The fact that we took them that close and we caused them to have to react that way against our team is probably a big sign of respect. It shows that we took them to their very, very limit, and we did on the pitch. And I don't think at times they could handle that. I think we had so many chances, some really, really good chances. And I think they probably couldn't handle that, and that's probably where the reaction came from. So, look, I'd rather talk about how good, how good the game was and how good the performance was, rather than stuff that happened on the bench.
Gentleman over here. We'll get a microphone from this side.
Sir, good night. Do you think the level of New Zealand team has grown? That because you had a great match versus Russia, and tonight it was an incredible match versus Mexico.
Do you know, I think I'm so disappointed because I feel we should have got more from the game tonight. I'm so proud of the team for how they performed and what they put into the game and what they put into the shirt tonight. It was an incredible show of pride. Everyone in that dressing room should be proud of themselves, and and everyone back home should be proud of this team. I just feel that if we could have started this way against Russia in the first half, that's where we feel we've learnt a very big lesson here in the last couple of games, because second half Russia we were good, first half we weren't. Tonight we showed if we start the game properly, we're a good team and we can play and we can cause these big teams problems. So look, the next step for us is to turn these big performances into results, and tonight we're very close, and I want us to keep, really feel that disappointment, because we need to use that to make sure that we keep improving.
Okay, we do a last couple of questions. The gentleman here in the front. If you can bring the microphone to the gentleman here in the front in the pink shirt.
Buenas noches, Raúl Caro de Televisa Deportes. Primero que nada, muchas felicidades por el buen trabajo del equipo. ¿Qué sucedió en la segunda mitad? ¿Por qué se cayó tanto el equipo de Nueva Zelanda? ¿Y qué fue lo que pasó en las bancas? ¿Por qué? Yo sé que es la tercera pregunta sobre esto, pero ¿por qué se calentaron tanto los ánimos? ¿Es por lo que pasó en la eliminatoria pasada en donde México eliminó a Nueva Zelanda o solo por este partido?
In other matches, or is it just because of this match?
Again, with regard to what happened on the bench, I think you probably have to ask their coach. And by the way, I have so much respect for their coach. I think he's a world-class coach. It's a world-class team. But with the reaction, you'll have to ask them about that and why. I just think it was one of those games as well. It was one of those games where it was intense, it was competitive, and I would, if I'm a big team in world football and we're taken, right to the edge by a smaller team like New Zealand, there's a certain amount of discomfort there. Big pressure, discomfort. So I would imagine that's a big part of it. But as I said, I mean, I know you said it's the third time we talked about the incidents with the benches, but look, I think the key thing I want to get across, because it's the truth, it's the reality. My team was very good tonight, very good against an incredibly strong Mexico team who gave it everything to try and win this game, and you know, it's we've taken a big step forward.
Okay, then the last question for Brazilian media.
Hello, Mr. Ivan Robb from Brazil. In your opinion, what was the biggest change in the team from the game 1 to the game 2?
I think, I said this after the first game. We as a team, we don't play against top opposition all the time. Our qualifying pathway is a different route. So when we play against top teams like we have in the last few games, we're still learning. The team is still, and I hate this word, development, but this team is, half the team is different from what it was a year ago. 50% new players. And that's not a year, it's 6-7 games ago. So we're still trying to tweak and change things, and there was a big change from the last game. There were parts of the Russia game we weren't happy with. We felt we should have done more with the ball. We felt we forced it too much in the first half. Second half, we felt we played with a little bit more confidence. We started to pass the ball. We played with a little bit more confidence, and I felt we took that into this game tonight. So I think the big difference was that we just had a lot more confidence, a lot more belief in ourselves. We tried to play more, and as you probably saw tonight, we played in Mexico's half. We put them under pressure, and we caused them a lot of problems.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach, for joining us at the press conference, and we wish you best luck for your next match.
Thank you.